Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. We welcome you to our online teaching academy Ekalaiva. Today we are going to discuss about the law of supply. Children, law of supply is associated with production analysis and it explains the positive relationship between the price of a commodity and the supply of that commodity, and it is also described as a direct relation between price of a good and the supply of that good. So for example, if the price of cloth increases, the supply of cloth will also increase. Now definition: the law of supply can be defined as other things remaining the same. If the price of a commodity alone increases, its quantity supplied increases, and if the price of a commodity decreases, quantity supplied also decreases. This is the definition of supply. And the supply function can be expressed as Qs equal to F of Px, Pr, Pf, T, O and E, where Qs is the quantity supplied, Px is the price of X commodity, Pr is the price of related goods, Pf is the price of factors of production, fixed land, labor and capital, T is the technology, O is the objective of the producer, and E is equal to expected price of the commodity. Now assumptions. Law of supply is based on the following assumptions. There is no change in the prices of the factors of production like labor, capital. So no price change in all these factors of production. Next one, no change in the price of capital goods also. Natural resources, raw materials and their availability are going to be the same, and substitute products which are related to that are constant, and there is no change in the technology which we are going to use in the process. Climate also remains unchanged. Political situations remain unchanged, and there is no changes in the tax policy. So these are all the various assumptions of law of supply. Now supply schedule. A supply schedule shows the different quantities of supply at different prices. For example, in this schedule also you can see when the price is ₹1, quantity supplied is 20 units. When the price increases to 2, quantity supplied also increases to 40. So in the same way you can see just the increase in price and increase in the quantity. So a supply schedule shows the different quantities of supply at different prices. Now we are going to discuss about the supply curve. A supply curve represents the data given in the supply schedule. In the previous slide we discussed about the supply schedule. So in the supply curve the data is marked in the graphical representation. So as the price of the commodity increases, the quantum supplied of the commodity also increases. So this supply curve has a positive slope from left to right. So the quantum supplied of commodity, it is represented in the x-axis, and the price of the commodity is expressed in y-axis. The points you can see here, A, B, C, D, E on the supply curve SS. So this SS represent various quantities at different prices. Now we are going to discuss about the factors determining supply. First, price of the commodity. So higher the price, larger the supply. Price is the incentive for the producers and suppliers to supply more. So it encourages the producers to produce more and the sellers to supply more. Next one, price of other commodities. The supply of a commodity depends not only upon its price but also price of other commodities. So for example, if the price of commercial crops like cotton rise, so this may result in reduction in cultivation of food crops like paddy, and so its supply. So the farmers may be tempted to cultivate more cotton and they will give up the cultivation of paddy and other food crops. Next, price of factors. When the input prices go up, this results in rise in cost and so supply will be affected. Next one, price expectations. The expectation over future prices also determine present supply. So if a rise in price is expected to go high in future, sellers tend to retain their produce for future sale and so supply in present market is reduced. So the sellers will be hoarding it may be food grains or it may be some basic needs. So they will be tempted to store it and they will be planning to sell it in future to get more profit. Next one, technology. With advancement in technology, production level improves. So if production level improves, average cost declines and as a result, supply level increases. Natural factors. In agriculture, natural factors like monsoon, climate play a very important role in determining production level. Next, discovery of new raw materials. The discovery of new raw materials which are cheaper and of high quality tends to increase supply of that particular product. Next one, taxes and subsidies. Subsidies for inputs, credit, power encourage the producers to produce more. So withdrawal of such incentives will disturb production. Taxes, both direct and indirect, kill the ability and willingness to produce more. And at last, objective of the firm. When the goal of the firm is sales maximization or improving market share, the supply of the product is likely to be higher. Now, elasticity of supply. It may be defined as the degree of responsiveness of change in supply to change in price. So depending upon the change in supply, how it affects the change in price on the part of sellers, and it is mathematically expressed as elasticity of supply equal to proportionate change in supply by proportionate change in price. So where Q represents the supply and P represents price and this triangle symbol represents change. Now factors governing elasticity of supply. First one, nature of the commodity. So we can divide the commodities into two, durable and perishable. So first, durable goods can be stored for a long time. So the producers can wait until they get a high price. Once they get higher price, larger supply is possible. So the elasticity of supply of durable goods is high, but perishables are to be sold immediately. For example, you can take vegetables, fruits and all. So perishables have low elasticity of supply. Next one, cost of production. When production is subject to either constant or increasing returns, additional production and therefore increased supply is possible. So elasticity of supply is greater. If we take under diminishing returns, increase in output leads to high cost. So elasticity of supply is less here. If the supplier is going to get more profit, then he will be getting increase in returns. So he will be tempted to supply more products. The producers will tend to produce more products. So supply will be high. But under diminishing returns, if the supplier is not getting enough revenue, then automatically he will decrease the quantity supplied. The producer also will be tend to decrease his production. So this leads to high cost of production. Next one, technical condition. In large scale production with huge capital investment, supply cannot be adjusted easily. So elasticity of supply is lesser, where capital equipment is less and the technology which they are using will be simple. So the supply will be more elastic. Next one, time factor. During very short period when supply cannot be adjusted, elasticity of demand is very low. In short period, variable factors can be added and so supply can be adjusted to some extent. So elasticity of supply is more. In long period, even the fixed factors can be added and supply is high elastic. So there is lot of difference between the short run and long run because of these factors which we are going to involve in the production. Children, today we discussed about the law of supply, elasticity of supply and factors governing elasticity of supply. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you, children.